The Leopard 42 production slot that we chose had suddenly and unexpectedly come available, and we were really excited about it. It was the Leopard 42 that was slotted to be in the St. Pete Boat Show and the Miami Boat Show. It was time to go home and wait, but not for too long, or so we thought. Where the heck is Serenity? So we flew from Oklahoma City to St. Pete for the boat show, but no Serenity. Stop me if you've heard this one. Ships sometimes can't get through the Suez Canal. You remember when the Ever Given, that ship that got stuck and blocked up all those ships? Well, in late 2023 it happened again, but this time it was due to political instability in the area. The boat that Robertson and Kane used to move completed Leopard catamarans couldn't travel through the Red Sea. And even though they were about to find another boat and get that all set up, the transportation stands, these things right here, were necessary to transport the boats. So someone literally had to rent a cargo plane, fly over and pick up the stands off that boat, fly them back to South Africa, and get everything set up on another boat. So Serenity missed the St. Pete Boat Show. So did pretty much all of the other Leopards. But we already had flights booked. Carissa and Robert were coming too, and had already booked an Airbnb. So we went and enjoyed St. Pete and the show without Serenity. Then we flew home, and just a few weeks later we flew back to Miami, Florida. This time, Serenity made the show. But first, we got off the plane, checked into our hotel, and had to make a stop on the way to the Leopard booth to see these guys. This is Sailing Dauntless, aka the Armstrongs, Ty, Kim, Sydney, and Madison. They were a huge inspiration to us, and they had invited us over to have a beer. Their motto is, die with memories, not dreams. But Serenity was here, and it was time for our dreams to become a reality. Time for us to start building our memories. We uploaded this full tour of Serenity months ago and linked it to our website and to the Serenity page at Cruise Abaco, but we didn't put it on the timeline until today. We're kind of trying to avoid any spoilers for you if you're following along with our story. But we also needed a video on our site so that we had any, kind of tour type stuff for our potential charter guests. To see the full video, go to our channel or to our website. I'll also link it in the description below. But for now, here's a small preview. I've mentioned Keith Whitaker from Sailing Zatara a few times. We had an opportunity to eat dinner with him, so we showed up. Unfortunately, we were not the only ones who had this idea.
I'm coming around the world, and so I'm going to visit with you guys. Can sit down. I'm Mike Hogg, obviously, so I'm going to talk a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about the future, and then after I get through talking and running my mouth, you guys, we're going to pass a mic around to everybody in the room. We'll do some Q&As for all those people who want to ask questions. There's been a lot of people here that have been with us.
We did end up meeting them later, though. Felt nice to tell him thank you in person. There we are on a little bit of a water taxi ride, heading over to the convention center from where the sailboats are.
Yeah, this place is spread out over 3 different areas. So.
6, actually, but only 3 that we're going to.
So we're on our 25-minute boat ride to the convention center.
It's coming down while we're going under it. That's awesome. That's it. In addition to looking around the show, we did have one official mission today. We had ordered Serenity's official logo decals, and they were ready to be picked up. This is the line to get on the boat to go back to the boat show from the convention center part of the boat show. And there's Lisa.
Hi.
So yeah, we're headed back now. All right, so we just went over to the exhibitor hall and the Miami boat show. So one thing that we can definitely say that's different from like St. Pete or Miami boat show is that this thing is all over the place.
They got us a boat.
They got us a boat. We're making it back over to the sailboat area. Didn't take very long. But yeah, this has been the thing about this versus like a place like Annapolis or St. Pete is that because of the event being spread across so many different locations, it's kind of hard to get from one place to the other. So the big exhibitor hall where all of the the B&G and Ray Marine type stuff is several miles and a couple of boat rides like this away. Not that boat ride is not cool, it's definitely a lot of fun, but it's just not all kind of packed into one area. Definitely a lot more here, a lot more boats. They got the motorboat area, the super yacht area, they've got the
Sailboat area.
oh yeah, where we're going.
Otherwise, sit back, enjoy some reggae music until we get to Harbour Plaza. Enjoy. All right, so here we are back at the main sailboat area of the boat show. Anyway, behind us you can see lots of sail masts. We made it back over to the sailboat area, and there are some massive boats here, like this one. Holy cow! How would anybody handle that thing? That's a big old boat. So anyway,
Yeah, you need a crew for sure.
We need a crew. But it's really cool. They've got 2 lines of sailboats going, catamarans, regular boats, and then in the middle there are a bunch of these booths. And there's Melissa at Cruise Abaco. What do you think? Are you excited?
Yes, very excited.
After the show, we grabbed some dinner right on the water and headed back to our hotel, knowing that we had another full day of activities ahead, including, hopefully, selling a few charters. So, Isla 40, that was the boat we almost bought. We sat down over here at Cruise Abaco. We're hanging out with Melissa. Lisa and I are
hopefully going to try to sell some charters today. And I looked over and, well, now there's a flag in the way, but I looked over and I was like, oh my God, we almost bought that boat. Anyway, really glad we didn't. It was a beautiful boat. We were super excited about it, but it was the right decision.
Yeah, definitely. It was a very, very good decision. It made the pit of your stomach disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a lot of anxiety about that. I haven't really felt any anxiety at all about this. We know that we're doing the right thing now. Well, unfortunately, it rained nearly the entire day, and we didn't manage to book a single charter. So eventually we gave up too, and found a nice little place to eat right on the Miami River. We knew the real adventure was about to start the next day. It was almost time for our first ride on Serenity. All right, we're getting ready to go on a boat ride. And this is all our luggage. We got stuff for me to stay in the Airbnb for the next couple of weeks, waiting for this to turn over. Lisa is preparing for her boat ride. This is actually a painting behind. There's the actual boat right there. We're just waiting for everybody to show up so that we can get on our way up north to Dania Beach.
It's cold out here.
Yeah, cold and windy in Miami, Florida. We seem to have a bad habit of bringing the weird weather, for sure. So, anyway, yeah, so this suitcase is full of masks and fins and snorkels, and that's all my stuff to live out of for the next week. Lisa's taking a very late flight back tonight. She's got to work tomorrow. So, fun stuff for us. I think I'd add that today is supposed to be the trip that we'd mentioned was going to go up the intercoastal is not going up the intercoastal. We're actually going to be going up we're going to go out onto the Atlantic, and we're going to be heading into 2-meter seas on a period of 10 seconds. So it should be a sporty event. We'll film some of that coming up here in just a few minutes.
So we are currently getting the lines off, and we have a bunch of people helping us maneuver the boat out of this little tight space. As you can see, there are buildings all the way around us, and a 45-foot Leopard there. So we're maneuvering out of this tight space, and it looks like, here we go. Moving out.
Hey Chris, when you get into the gun, shoot me a text so I know you're coming. Okay. If you need anything, let me know. Have fun.
Bye, Miami. Boat show. Still in Miami, but boat show bye. Wow, here we go. I know the video's probably not doing it justice of what I'm looking at, but we were in that little spot back here. If you can see it. I have to admit, I'm pretty darn nervous.
System on this is it's got its own dedicated winch. got a button right here. You don't have to hook up a separate line to one of the power winches like we have on a lot of different models. It just all runs right here. Puts everything up inside of this little housing right there. The lines, there's nothing there. Lock it off. Take it home. Right. Making our way out. Going to be a rough one today, we're being told. As it turns out, it is now showing 2 meter/6 foot waves on a 5-second period. It's all pretty and nice right now. Not gonna stay that way for long though. Got a captain and a first mate that Leopard assigned us to get us up to Dania Beach, or however that's pronounced. The calm before the storm, I suppose, here. It is 8:35 in the morning and about 60 degrees out in Miami. 13-mile-an-hour winds at the moment.
Alright, so it looks like we're on the move now because the no-wake zone is past us and we're going a bit faster than we were. And I can see the boats in front of us have quite a big wake, so oh, there's the no-wake buoys getting close, about to take off. Oh my gosh. Heading out into the Atlantic, which I have to say I'm quite terrified, but whew, okay, we can do this.
Expecting, so this is actually quite a pleasant boat ride. So pleasant in fact that some of us decided to nap. A little hard to see, but we are pulling into the inlet near Dania Beach. I still can't get the pronunciation of that one correct, but we made it. At least I had a nap.
I did, rocked me right to sleep.
Well, I got a text Doug. He wanted to know when we were pulling in.
The reason that we made this trip was so that we could get Serenity from the Miami boat show up to Dania Beach, which is the home of Leopard Catamarans. They needed time to clean the boat from being in the show, and they also had a small punch list of work and repair items that they needed to do before turnover could happen. We also needed to do sea trials, a tech checkout, and actually sign the final papers. Lisa was flying home that night, but I would be staying in an Airbnb nearby for about a week. I needed to buy about a bazillion things like towels and sheets, dishes, pots and pans. Needed some place to store it all before I could load everything in and get Serenity ready to cross the Gulf Stream to the Bahamas. But that's for the next episode.
Looks like a seasoned sailor now.
Yeah.
Let me get that one. Pull it off to that side. What about there, Brad?
How we doing, Adam?
Hey, we're on. Looking good.
All right. Backed in safely.